Good morning, you guys. It is January 24th and it's time to just do an update for the month of January. So I haven't made a lot of huge changes, but I have been doing some planting. So you can see I got some calendula transplants in there and protected from the chickens. Over here in the garden, there's been a lot of growth. I planted these transplants of kale sometime in December, and so already harvesting kale. The seeds had already been down, so there's some turnip and maybe radish, and yeah, just kind of what's really cool. So we got rains, we've had mild winter, so that's why everything's growing, but I've had 0 chickens or rabbits in this space. And before, you know, the chickens can get in anytime they want from over the back, and the rabbits could get in pretty much anytime they wanted. We would see them in here, but for some reason they've left it alone, and I thought, you know, maybe there's some cool connection to draw from it. There's some really big, look at this daikon. So I'm just letting it get gigantic, but I wanted to show you that's probably got another foot underground because we've got some pretty loose soil. So that's a massive daikon radish getting big there. It is a beautiful, clear, warm day. I'm about to go get a ton of bee work done, or at least try and catch up on bee work. The bees, you know, really started when spring started, and it started early this year. So the bees are ahead of me, and I have a lot of catching up to do. I'm putting up a lot of swarm traps, trying to get those all ready. So you see citrus still on the trees. The chickens just digging everywhere. I don't know what else. Lots of dove hanging out. There's some flowers, fluff on the milkweed. So blueberries have all set their fruit. I mean, it's just crazy. We're late January, and so pretty much everywhere there are blueberries, you know, a little bit smaller than this. This is an early one, but they've bloomed. The peaches are all doing their thing, so the peaches are getting bigger. This is January. This is weird. This is, you know, different. There might be a video I need to make about all these larger transitions of just, you know, how there is, you know, taking out big trees and having things be designed for succession, because that's a huge part of it. So things like even this jujube is potentially coming out. I'm considering it, open to it, so that some of the, you know, longer lived bones are gonna take off. Busy bees right there. I don't know if you can see them, just so busy. Everything's busy with spring energy. I should probably keep this one quick because there's not a lot of new stuff. I see ducks on the pond. We can go say hi to George. So George is now acting like a butthead again. He is, well, he's a little more aggressive than he used to be. And that's just because the girls are laying eggs every day now. So that's kind of nice, getting a lot of duck eggs. And maybe he's not being a butthead. But the pond's full and they love hanging out on it. Let's see what else. I see busy bees over here. Super busy. Here comes George. This is what I was thinking. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Anytime you walk away from him, he will come and chase you like he's the king. So the avocado is blooming. I don't know if it's gonna be able to, you know, set fruit through a potential frost or freeze that might come, but not just this avocado, but the others are also blooming. Tons of new growth, so check this out. I mean, that new growth started a couple weeks ago. But yeah, citrus has new growth, avocado has new growth. I didn't harvest any of my peas, just observing it. Let's see. So a big change that I might even get to today is planting here. I've been prepping this spot, and it's going to be for blueberries. I'm going to plant 2 side by side. Blueberry is just something that, you know, is so easy and so, you know, perennial, permanent, long lasting. So that's a good investment here, to put some sulfur in and get some established in the ground, and phase back the nectarine tree. Look at this activity. These are some busy bees. You see good pollen coming in. But yeah, the activity is ramping up and they're probably about to swarm. Probably have too much honey on there, extra honey for sure. Here's more of the, just full-on spring right now. Blueberries are going off like crazy. Never defoliated. Let's see. A lot of citrus. Anyway. Yeah, still plenty of citrus to eat. Here's more avocado flowers. I don't know if you can see in there. So there is some potential for major damage still. So we're not out of the woods by any means. Anyway, let's jump over to the chickens. All right, so in these garden beds, this one just naturally grew up with cleavers, and my chickens love cleavers. It's like their favorite thing. So what I did is at first it had a barrier around the outer edge, and they were just reaching through trying to get in there and eat it. So I built a little chicken wire, tabletop kind of thing where they can eat through it. The wire was already here, but they are mowing that cleavers down. That's why it looks so dense, because for some reason they love it. And then the lettuce bed, I have harvested a few times, just to share, but it's under harvested. A lot of food waste because of being busy, but it's all still perfectly edible. So could have taken some to market. It's not bitter yet or anything. And let's go hang out with the ladies. So I brought a treat for them. Back up, you guys. Hey, Zena. So I don't know how I'm gonna hold the camera and do it. So their treat, I'm gonna try and do this with one hand, was some beetle larvae that were under a hay bale. Let's see. Like so. These guys. And see if they know what to do. They're a little bit big, but I'm just gonna toss this down and let everybody else get some. It also got rained on. Lots of rain. They'll find some goodies in there. One thing I thought was cool to show you that I didn't think to do it before I emptied it out this morning, much earlier. This is a cool new roach trap. So the roach trap video that I made with the jars and everything, that's a good way to catch roaches too. But this is a little more passive, like less frequent kind of roach trap. And what it is, it's amazing. It's these egg cartons in a box with absolutely nothing in it. That's it. And roaches love small, narrow spaces to hide in, and they love dry spaces. So we're up under a roof now. So this is dry-ish. And this thing fills up with roaches in about a month. So I'd say even a little bit less, a couple weeks, but it's such good habitat so that they'll come in, they'll live here, and they'll stay here during the day because roaches are just out at night. And so all I have to do is take this, set it on the ground in the middle with all the chickens. They'd even know if I brought it down, they'd remember. But then you just lift all the layers and they get to eat every roach as it scurries away. So there's a new potential something to experiment with. I forget, my brother gave me this one, but I don't know where you would get these if you don't buy by the case, but somebody probably sells by the case. But anyway, the chickens are doing great. Xena is fun, Daisy is fun. They are they're pretty loud and good energy, but yeah, they're fun to be with, and they are just on the cusp of starting to lay eggs. So I'm about to get more eggs than I know what to do with. About to have to start, peddling eggs around. But yeah, so Xena, who I think you saw, I did a little Instagram with her. But anyway, she started laying already. So this is of the new flock. But we have other chickens that are like practicing getting in the nest and practicing their egg song, but haven't really laid an egg yet. So it's any day now, and it's just going to snowball from there. So that's a lot of new bird energy. You're famous, you guys. Huh? I don't have any treats. They do sometimes lay eggs up here. That's why the hay's up here. Just kind of give them something nice. And yeah. How about you guys? You want to hang out? Piper, what you think? Hey, Clover. Hey, Daisy, you coming back down? You coming back down? You crazy girl. You crazy girl. You crazy, Xena. Anyway, could probably hang out with the chickens for a while, but let me go and take you around to the rest, and we'll wrap this up. So one thing I wanted to add was that I did change their roost bars again a little bit, slightly. So there was the branch in the back, and they weren't really using it efficiently. And Emma and Macania are laying eggs, making some noise. But anyway, it's loud. This is still not near as efficient as it could be, and it's just because I was kind of building piecemeal. But Emma was making some ridiculous noise. But yeah, but Emma and Macania's in there, and they're still laying eggs in here and doing well. There's another planter. I planted it out just because I needed something to do with that compost. I made too much compost, and then it just sits in these pots. So it just made sense to put some kale in there, and now there's some really nice. So the main thing on this side is we're going to get to the avocado in the back, but I do want to show you that the Pakistan mulberry up at the top is starting to leaf out. That's a change, a sign of spring. And I know there's some star fruit still we could jump across. Let's do that. But yeah, not a lot of change. The peaches are, you know, blooming out. It's a much lighter bloom because of the crazy winter. These bees need some more space in their entrance a little bit. I reduced them down just because I was worried about robbing. They're kind of on the small side. I just added space. But let's jump across here. Go through the jungle and grab a star fruit and give it a bite. But the main thing, I have a friend that laughs because I eat things in front of the camera. So it makes me smile that it might make them smile. But the main thing is this avocado tree. I mean, and it's cool that there's still some of those big unnamed citrus. But this right here, do you see? Do you see? I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. There's a few more. See right there. So this is its first year. This is like your child finally growing up and becoming an adult. So this tree is a seedling from Fantastic, from my friend Heidi at Tree Search, from one of her trees. And it's like 6 years old, maybe 7, because, you know, it lived in a pot for a while. But it's big and it's strong and it's starting to make flowers. So even if it doesn't make any fruit this year, I'm really excited. You know, winter might be weird and it might be like only not fully ready, but a little young. But just the fact that it's flowering is so cool to me. So anyway, that was the tour. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.